Hello guys, this is Vasu. I hope you are doing okay. Welcome back to the series where I'm gonna show you how to create an Instagram-like app. In the previous videos, I already showed you how you can create and log in users and also how to follow and unfollow users. We're gonna take this functionality and apply it to our code to actually see the posts of the following users only and your own. In this video, I'm gonna show you only how to make a post and upload it into Firebase, where we're actually gonna go and retrieve it later on. So I hope you guys enjoy. So in the previous video we had here our users, and right here we want to make a button so we can go and upload an image. Now I'll put the button in the navigation bar, so that's gonna be a back button, and I'm gonna take the bar button right here. And for this one, I'll just want to have add, system item add, just gonna make it a plus, which just means that it's gonna be a plus button. I'm gonna leave it white. Now this one will take us to another view controller, and that view controller is the one that's gonna choose the image. So that means we have to go and make this view controller. So drag a view controller up here, and let's give it a navigation bar as well, and let's make it the same one as this. So I'm gonna drag the navigation bar like this and one view to make it look better, and this view is gonna be like this. This one is gonna have same color as this one. You have to untick this and put bar tint, same color. Perfect. And right here, double click the title, and let's call this upload image. In this view, we want to have a back button. So if you say bar button like this is gonna be called back. Oops. I'm gonna give it a white color, and basically this just brings us to user view controller. Simple as that. Now you want to have a button that's gonna call a image picker, where you can select your image and then you can continue posting. So you need two things. You need an image view so you can preview the image that you selected. So let's go and drag an image view and put it like this, and let's give some constraints for that. Actually, let's give constraints to those things here. So the navigation bar is gonna be 0, 0, 0, like this. That view is gonna be pinned on the top like this, and it's gonna have a height of 20, and the navigation bar is fine. And now this one is gonna have 8 pixels from the top, 0 and 0 from the left. This is constrained to margins, and it's gonna have a height of 150. Update the frames. Okay. Now, before this image appears, we will have a button that's gonna call our image picker, and I'm gonna put this button right here. The button text is gonna be select image, and let's give some constraints to it. I'm gonna center it horizontally and vertically into the image view. Perfect. And one last button that we need is the button that's gonna post our picture. So you're gonna drag this button just under here and call it post. Perfect. Now this is the whole design that we're gonna have for uploading an image. So basically now what left to do is create the view controller for this. So if you go to view controllers and go a new file, and this new file is going to be Cocoa Touch class, a subclass of view controller. UI view controller, sorry, like this, and this is gonna be called upload view controller. Create. Perfect. Now one thing, I'm gonna delete those and give me 10 seconds to make the text bigger. Perfect. This took quicker than you thought. So let's continue. Going back to our main storyboard, you want to select this view controller, and to identity inspector you want to give the class of upload view controller. Now that you did this, you can open your assistant editor and go and connect your outlets. Now let me close some things. Perfect. Let's go and start. I'm gonna make a bit of space, and here we have the preview image. Connect. You have the post button. Now this you want to be an outlet first, and the same for select image. You want to have an outlet. Select button. The reason you want to have an outlet for those buttons is because you're gonna hide and unhide them, depends on what the user is doing. Now if he has selected an image, the select image is gonna hide, and the post is gonna appear only when the image is selected. So basically the post, if you open here, the post initially, if you go down in the attributes, is gonna be hidden. Just set it to hidden right now, so whenever the user goes there, the post is not visible. And lastly, we want to connect our actions. So select image has an action which is called select pressed. Perfect. And post has an action as well, post pressed. Oops, I made an outlet. Let's go back. Create an actually action. Perfect. Now we don't need the storyboard anymore, so we can close the assistant editor, and let's go to upload view controller. Now, since you're initially gonna need an image picker right here, as I said in the previous videos about creating a user, to select an image, you need to convert to some protocol with the image picker. And those protocols are UI image picker controller delegate, right, this one, and also a navigation controller delegate. Like this. And right here you want to initialize your picker. So you say var picker equals an UI image picker controller. And delete this, like this. And view it load. Let's delete this thing. You want to say picker.delegate equals self. Like this, the picker listens to the protocol. Now when select is pressed, all you want to do is show the picker, right? So let's say picker dot allows editing. I'm gonna say to true if the user wants to crop the picture, and picker dot source type is gonna be photo library, like this. And after that you want to present the picker. Present like this, and this is picker true and no completion. And now one method that you want to convert from the protocol is image picker controller did finish picking media with info. That's gonna give you the image that the user selected. So very simple, you say if let image to check if there's an image actually from the user. And the way you get the image is you go to info, which is a dictionary, and you have to type in here the string of the image, and this is a UI image picker controller, and you want the edited image. The reason you want the edited image and not the original one is because right here you say allows editing to true, which means the user is gonna edit the image. That's why you get the edited image. And here you want to say as UI image. Perfect. Now that you received the image, you can actually go and say self.previewImage.image equals the image that you extracted from here, and that's gonna put the preview image, that image. And you want to hide the button, right? So select button dot hidden is hidden equals to true, and you want to unhide the post button. So say post button dot is hidden equals false. And after this, you want to dismiss the picker. So you say self.dismiss animated to true, completion nil. Oops, here it's UI image like this. Perfect. Now you have the image, and what is left to do is you actually post it. So by posting it, what you're actually doing is you're putting it into your Firebase, and from there you're gonna fetch it. So let's go and post it actually. So when post is pressed, what you want to do is you want to go and get a reference to your database, a reference to your storage, and like this you're gonna upload it into a folder where it's gonna have all the posts, pictures and everything, and all the posts actually. To do that, you will need few things. You will need the user ID, so you can create a new post with that user ID, so you're gonna have all the posts of every user. And you're also gonna have a random key, which this key is gonna be the ID of that post. So let's go and create this. How you create all this? Let's get the user ID first. So let UID equals, you want to get the user ID for Firebase. So first thing, you need to import Firebase, so you have access to the Firebase methods, and you want to go fireauth.auth.current user that actually exists, and this one exists, .uid. So you're getting the UID of the current user. Now you want to get the reference to the database. So simply you say let ref equals fire database reference. Perfect. Now we have a reference to our database where we're gonna put our posts. And now we want the storage. The storage is necessary for us to upload the actual image of that post. So let's go. Let storage equals fire storage reference, and reference for URL. Now for this URL you have to go and open Firebase console and get the URL from there. So let's go and do this. I have Firebase open right here. So if I go to my storage, I can see the URL right here. And as you can see, I have a folder with all the users. Now I'm gonna create a new folder with all the posts. Okay, so let's go back, and here for string, you simply put the one that you copied, like this. Perfect. Let's make some space here so we can work. Good. Now, what is left to do is you want to create the specific ID for that post. And we're gonna call this a key. So let key equals, and the way you're gonna get the key is you're gonna get the database reference, so ref, and you're gonna go to the child. Now, that child is gonna called posts, just like this. So in our database, we are creating a new posts folder or branch where we're gonna put all the posts in there. And you're gonna say child by auto ID, you want to have everything organized, dot key. And like this, you're getting a specific string that's gonna be only for one post. Now this is for the database. Let's go and create for the storage where you're gonna actually put the image. So you actually want an image reference. and this is gonna be a storage, and you want the child is gonna be posts. You're gonna keep the same name, and you want to put this post under the user ID of the current user. So you will say child, and here you will say UID. Perfect. And here you say dot child. Now you're in the current user post, and in there you want to put post ID as an image. And the way you do this is you open quotes, backslash, and open and close brackets, and here you say key, and here after the key dot JPEG. Now what this did is it created a file called .jpg with a name of the post. That's gonna be unique, so there is gonna be just one post picture of that name. Now that you have everything, you're able to go and upload the image to the storage and update the branch in the database. So let's go first and upload the image. First, you'll need to convert the image to a data, and the way we do this is say let data equals UI image JPEG representation, and the image you want is self dot preview image dot image that already exists, you know that, and with a compression. Now I'm gonna put a compression of 0.6, so I make it a smaller size because we don't have much space, and it's gonna actually load it faster like this. Now that you have the data, you're ready to go and make your upload task. So let upload task equals image ref, you want to go to get the reference of the image, and dot put, you want to upload data in there, and you want to upload the data with completion. So basically you do this one right here. The data is the data that we created above, and this exists. Metadata is nil, you don't need this. And the completion enter didn't help, so you will have to delete this like this, open and close brackets there, and open curly brackets, close curly brackets, and here open normal brackets and say metadata comma error, and this is in. If Xcode sometimes doesn't give you a completion, that's a way you can create your completion. It's not necessarily gonna work on every time, but most of the times this is the way it does. Now, after the completion is done, you want to check if there are any errors. If error not equal to nil, print error dot localize description, and this actually exists here, and then you want to return. Otherwise, we're gonna continue to our code, right? And here you want to get a download link of the image. So in order to update the database here, the branch, you'll have to provide a link where the code is gonna look for that image. And the way you do this is go image ref dot download URL with completion, and completion is gonna give you a URL or an error. And if let URL equals to URL, you know that you received an URL, and this is where you actually update your database. Now that you know what your URL is, you have to go and create the post feed. So let's go call this let feed equals, this is going to be a dictionary, and in this dictionary you want to include user ID, who actually posted the post, and this is the UID that we got right here of the current user, comma, and I'm gonna press enter to make it look better. You want a path to image, and this is gonna be the link that the code can go and look for the image, and this is a URL dot absolute string, comma, enter. You want likes, how many likes this post is gonna have, right? And initially, since you're first posting it, it has 0 likes. Perfect. So comma, you want author, I'm gonna call it an author, and author, you actually what is it is the user that posted it, the actual visible name. And the way you can get this is auth.current user actually exists, let me like this, and you want to get the display name. Now this display name is gonna be initially nil, but if you remember in our sign up view controller, right here we changed the request, we made a change request to update the display name. So if you want to have a display name, you have to do these 3 lines of code right here. And right here we have our display name. And lastly, what you want is to give an ID to that post. So call this post ID. And this post ID is the key, as I said, this one. So that's our actual feed. And here you want to say as string to any string here. And perfect. Now you have this feed, but actually you want one more thing. It's gonna be the post feed. So let post feed equals. This is gonna be another dictionary, and this time under the posts you're gonna create a post ID, and under that post ID you're actually gonna put all those stuff in here. And this is gonna be / open parenthesis key, which is the unique ID for each post, and here you're gonna say feed. So I hope this makes sense. You're actually creating the specific ID and you're putting all those stuff under that branch. And very simply, you just go to the database ref.child, and this child is posts. So you go to posts, and in there you update values, child values. The reason you want to update the child values is because you don't want to delete the existing posts. So you need to update the values in order not to delete everything else, in order not to reset. And here you just say post feed. Simple as this. And then you just want to dismiss the actual upload view controller, and this is self.dismiss animated true completion nil. And after this is finished, where is it? Yeah, after the upload task, here you have to say upload task.resume in order to continue uploading. And that's it. Let's go and see if actually this worked. So I'm gonna run it, and at the same time I'm gonna open this one, and let's see. Now in the database I'm actually gonna go, and as you can see right here I have all the users. So I'm gonna sign up vn@vn.com asd. Okay, now I'm logged in, right? And here in the plus button, yeah, I didn't actually say the plus button to show my upload view controller. So let's go and do this. You just drag the plus button right here and say show. This is gonna create a segue and it's gonna show the view controller. Let's go and see how this actually works. Let's go vn@vn.com asd. All right, let's go plus button, and you have a select image. So let's select image. It opens our photo library, and I'm gonna select the first picture and choose. Perfect. That's gonna be my first post, right? So when I press post, now I didn't put any indicator, and when I press post you just saw nothing happening. So I'm gonna create an activity indicator right now after I show you what happened, and it's gonna say that it's actually uploading something. And as you could see here, it uploaded a post, And if you go under the post, you'll see the unique ID. And if you open this, you see the author is Blanco-Nunev. The post has 0 likes, and there's path to image URL. The post ID, as you can see, is the same one as up here, and the user ID, which is Blanco-Nunev. Perfect. Now I actually uploaded the post, and let's go to our storage. And you can see here it's users and posts, and under posts you'll see under that user, and here are all the images of that he has posted, and this is the image. And if I download it, it's actually gonna give me the image, so I'm not gonna do that right now. Perfect. Now, as I said, let's go and actually create an activity indicator that is actually telling us that we are doing something right now. Back to our code, we'll do this in app_delegate. The reason we are gonna do this in app_delegate is because we want to call it from every class. So by putting the code in app_delegate, we can call it from any class that we want. Now, in app_delegate, you have to do a few things. First, you need to create the activity indicator. So let's say var activity indicator equals UI activity indicator view, and with style, this is gonna be quite large. And you actually want a container that's gonna contain the activity indicator, and this is called container equals, and this is a UI view. And after you do all those, you need to create an instance of app_delegate, so you actually can call the app_delegate from anywhere you want. And the way you do an instance, you say class function, that function is specific for this class, it's gonna call instance like this, and this instance is returning, that means returns something. This instance is gonna return you an app_delegate. And right here, you just say return UI application .shared.delegate as app_delegate. Perfect. This is gonna return you an app_delegate, which means you can call some functions of the app_delegate anywhere in the code. And actually, this is not equal. This is like this. Perfect. Now we have to create two functions. I'm gonna create them up here. One function is called show activity indicator, and the other action is going to be called dismiss activity indicator. Perfect. And right here in show activity indicator, you want to see, as you can see, this window, if it actually exists. So if let window equals window, now you know that this exists. And let's go and create the activity indicator. Now, I already showed in my previous videos how to create one. This is the exact same code that I'm using. So basically, you want to create a container, which is a UI view. And that container is going to have a frame of the window size. So basically, it's going to be the whole window. And here, the center of that container is the window center. Very simple. And you also want to give it the background color. So container.background color. And this background color, you want to give it a black. And the way you give a black color is if you say UI color and open brackets white. Now, if you give a CG float 1, it's going to make it white. And if you give 0, it's going to make it black. And alpha is going to be 0.8. The reason I wanted 0.8 is going to make it a bit transparent, and that's what I want. And here, let's go and create our activity indicator. You already initialized it here, so let's go and give it a frame. The frame I want to give it is a CG rect, and it's gonna have double values, and this is gonna be 0, 0, and width I'm gonna put 40 and height 40. This is perfect size I want. Activity indicator equals height when stop. This is to true. So when you stop the activity indicator, it's actually going to hide. And you want to say activity indicator dot center equals CG point. No, this point is actually a bit weird, and the point that you want to give it is float values, x and y. The x and the y is gonna be half of the width of that container and half of the height of that container, and the x is gonna be the width. So if you say container dot frame dot size dot width divided by 2, and the y is going to be the height, so container dot frame dot size dot height divided by 2. That's going to put the activity indicator exactly in the center. And you want to say container dot add subviews, and you want to add the activity indicator. Perfect. And you want to add the container into the window, so window.add subviews container. Perfect. And after you do that, you want to start animating the activity indicator. Into the dismiss activity indicator, you again have to check if the window exists. I'm going to say if let underscore equals window, or you can say if window not equal to nil. Container dot remove from super view. That's gonna remove the container from the window. Now, in upload view controller, when the post is pressed, you want to call this, and the way you call this is appDelegate dot instance equals show activity indicator, and here it starts showing it, and then you will have to stop it. And where you're gonna stop it is right here. You want, if there's any error, you want to say appDelegate dot instance dot stop. Actually, it's dismiss activity indicator, and also you want to call it before you dismiss the upload view controller. So here you say appDelegate dot instance dot dismiss activity indicator. Let's go and see how this actually looks like. So let's go vn at vn.com sdsd, and let's go plus button, select image. I'm gonna put this one this time, choose and post, and you can see the activity indicator appears, and it's gonna disappear after it gets uploaded. And here you can see, as you could see here, it appeared the new post, and the activity indicator got dismissed. And this is the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask in the comment section below. In the next videos, I'm gonna go and show you how to actually retrieve those posts and see it into our application, where you're gonna go and like and unlike them. So if you like the video, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.